Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castello with Shot Mechanics Basketball. In today's video, I'm going to teach you the sickest of Allen Iverson's signature moves that you're going to want to add to your bag.
Bothered by Lou. Iverson. How about that? Steps over Teron Lou.
Now, a lot of players forget how absolutely unstoppable Allen Iverson was, and he was also kind of a smaller player, and even though he was getting hand-checked and pushed around, he was still a dynamic scorer with some of the best offensive moves we've ever seen. So in today's video, I'm going to help you put those moves inside of your bag, so no matter where you're at on the level, you can always be able to score the basketball, right? But make sure you watch the end of this video because I'm going to give you something that I normally sell for $149, 100% free for a limited time only, so make sure you watch the end because I am going to reward you. All right, so the very first move that Allen Iverson loved and used a ton was a skip between the legs crossover. So basically it's a between the legs skip setup where then he stabs his foot into the ground and sells a crossover hard. Now, this is almost unstoppable, right? If you master and perfect this, you can get like 3 or 4 buckets a game just off of this one move alone, and it's something that AI used all the time. So basically it's this. As we come up, we're gonna start with a between the legs, and as we do, we're gonna raise our shoulders and skip out of it. Now you can see I'm doing kind of a foot replacement there to set it up. As I go between the legs, I'm gonna hop, and my left foot's gonna replace my right foot, and then I'm gonna plant down. So basically we're trying to raise the defender up, get them sliding, get them moving one direction, right? So now the next key is I'm gonna stab my foot, throw the ball, and whip a crossover going the opposite way. So as I come up, I'm going to skip, I'm gonna stab down so it looks like I'm driving the same direction, but now I'm gonna hang the ball out and whip the crossover opposite. I can either get to the basket, shoot the step back, whatever it is I wanna do out of it, but it's all in the setup and the stab of the feet, right? If I come out of this move and I have just like a really weak kind of jab here and I don't sell my eyes and I don't sell the ball and I'm looking up, it's not gonna make anybody move, right? The whole key here is we gotta make them think we're going middle. So as I set up, I wanna squeak that foot into the ground, throw my shoulders downhill, and then whip it back opposite. That's when you get the signature move down, and that's why it was so effective for AI. All right, so the next move is what we call the fake pass Euro. Now this is one that AI used a lot when he was deceptive trying to get into the paint, and that's one of the reasons why, even though he was a smaller player, was still an elite paint finisher. So basically it's a Euro step, but we're adding a pass fake in at the exact same time. So it doesn't matter if you catch off of the rip, if you do a dribble move to beat your defender, whatever it is, this is the move that you're probably using on the secondary or help side defender, right? A lot of times it might be a big man coming over to help, might be somebody helping from the corner, but this is kind of a secondary defender move once you beat your first defender. So basically, as we're driving, what we do is we're gonna do a Euro step where we're taking a lateral step sideways, and we're gonna fake a pass to either the short corner or wherever we wanna fake it, and then we're going to use our second step to go laterally back towards the middle of the court. Now, depending on how old or how skilled or how big your hands are, you can even do this as a one-handed pass fake. So as you come in, you can throw it out with one hand, hang it, come back in towards the middle, right? So you can either do it with 2 hands or one hand. One hand's more effective, but not everybody can do it, right? Now the whole key here is we want to plant our outside foot at the same time as we're throwing that pass fake, right? So as I'm coming up and I'm getting ready on the pickup, I want to throw this ball at the same time I'm planting my foot. That way it's not going to be a travel and I get that clean pickup with the 1-2 step going back towards the middle of the court, right? From here you can just read what the defender gives you. Sometimes you'll hit this move and they'll still slide with you. There's nothing wrong with still throwing that pass to the same way that you faked. We're just trying to get the defender to slide, because a lot of times that defender doesn't want to fully leave their man, so they're just kind of like bluffing a little bit. So that pass fake Euro gets you them to bite, they stay where they're at, and then you get back towards the middle for an easy score. All right, so next one, we got a between the legs pullback from outside to inside. Now this one is famous. You remember AI over Teron Lou. That's one of the most iconic shots in NBA history. So basically all we're doing is we're attacking downhill, and when we're ready to throw on the brakes, we're throwing our foot forward, we're keeping our nose kind of behind our knee or at least close to it, and then you're gonna pull the ball from the outside of your leg back to the opposite hip, right? We're not trying to go side to side. A lot of times players think you're going side to side with this dribble. We're trying to pull it back to the opposite hip because we're trying to break off that line going the opposite direction, right? So the whole key to this move is we gotta sell the head, we gotta sell the shoulders, we gotta sell the eyes, right? If I come down here and I throw it and my chest is up and my eyes are up, that's not gonna make anybody think that I'm going that same direction on the drive. I gotta sell it. I gotta sell it, man. That's one thing that AI was awesome at. So as we come, we wanna plant, head goes down, shoulders goes down, eyes go down, and then I'm yanking it back, and that's what's gonna get that huge separation. And then you can do the AI step over when the guy's on the ground, right? So we want to sell it first, yank it off, break it back the opposite direction, and that's when you're going to get bigger soles. All right, so next move, we've got the inverted pullback. Now this is kind of the opposite of the last one. The last one, we were throwing our outside leg and pulling back from the outside of the leg. This time, we're gonna do the same thing, but this is if our footwork's crossed, so our inside leg is now forward, and we still wanna hit the pullback, right? So this one can feel a little funky, but it's great to have both of these two options, both the last one and this one, because now no matter what foot is forward and where the defender plays, you've always got a sick pullback you can do, right? So it's all the exact same. We're attacking, going downhill. As soon as we wanna hit it, the defender slide it, cut us off, we're gonna pull the ball backwards, again, to the opposite hip, right? Now this is incredibly important for a couple reasons. The defender's probably right in front of you, right? So if I go side to side, this is a lot easier to steal than this, right? If it's back by my hip, it's a little bit protected. The defender's sliding this way, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to steal. So make sure you're pulling the ball backwards. That's gonna make a huge difference, right? Now the other thing to think about is as we're hitting this and we're cross-stepping, we wanna be able to open our hips quickly so we have our secondary move off of it, whatever we're trying to do, right? If it's a step back, pull back, hip switch, get to the basket, whatever it is, we want to have a quick move out of it. So either way, it's just like that other pullback where we want to throw our shoulders, throw our head, throw our eyes, and then whip it to the back hip so we can read what the defender gives us and go from there. This is a fantastic combo. It's a fantastic kind of, counter to the other pullback we worked on. All right, next one is the cross step behind the back. Now, cross step is fantastic because you can use it to attack one direction, you can use it to go over the top of a pick and roll or whatever, and then a behind the back is a great counter if you have a really over-aggressive defender, right? We've all had that defender who's hyper-aggressive, they get up in their space, they foul you a lot, right? And so a lot of the times, a cross step as you come here, a defender will slide up the line and try to cut you off immediately so you don't have anywhere to go, right? A lot of players, what they do is they get here and they go, and they just kind of pick it up and freak out. What AI always did was a behind the back out of that scenario, right? So as I cross over, and I'm crossing my step this way, all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drop the ball behind my back, and I'm gonna shuffle my feet to go get it, right? So I'm gonna kind of do like a quick foot replacement to go get the basketball, and then from here, I'm reading what the defender gives you. You might drop it behind your back, go into a jumper, you might drop it behind your back, get to the rack, you might do it, and then do the same thing into a pullback or just reset, right? But it's a great way to kind of relieve pressure, especially if an aggressive defender is trying to jam your space, because it's a great way to get out of it, right? So the whole key to this move is we're hitting it and we cross step. I want to think about, I'm swinging my foot so my inside shoulder is facing towards the rim, right? My chest is almost kind of facing more towards the baseline or sideline. And then as I get here, I'm trying to swing my foot and then dropping it behind my back as quick as I can and then making that read out of it, right? Just read and react, that's all you gotta do. If I get here and I cross step and I go behind the back and the defender jumps, great time to hit a pullback and get that space. If I drop it and they stay high, get to the rack, right? It's all about doing the initial action and then reading what the D gives you afterwards. All right, so thank you so much for watching the end of the video. Now I'm really gonna reward you. So number one, I'm going to give you my #1 scoring program that's helped thousands of players all over the world score more points in just 15 days. Now what's crazy about this is it's normally $149 on our website. Yours 100% free when you sign up for a free Captain U profile. So Captain U is the game-changing platform that allows you to connect directly with college coaches. So not only can you create your free profile where you have your highlights, your GPA average, your position, but you can also have email templates to connect with coaches, tell them where you're gonna play at AAU tournaments, have them come watch you, and all that sort of good stuff. Now, Captain U is working for athletes all over the world right now, connecting them directly with college coaches, and is really one of my favorite platforms. And so we decided to partner with Captain U, so by signing up for a free profile in the link in the description, you're gonna get a 100% free copy of my Natural Born Scorer system. So the guys at Captain U really wanna help you guys get better, so they're gonna comp all of the copies of Natural Born Scorer system. That way we can get you better with some of the best training on the planet, and it's a win-win because now you get that awesome free profile from Captain U so you can start getting recruited today. And the best part is there's no credit card required. So to get a free copy of my Natural Born Scorer system, $149 value, 100% free, zero gimmicks, zero tricks, all you gotta do is click the top link in the description down below and sign up for your free Captain U profile right now. All right, also, if you're new to Shot Mechanics, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell notification, because we put out videos every single week and they're all gonna help you get better, I guarantee it. Also, make sure you hit the like button, helps with the algorithm, and leave a comment in the comment section down below and let us know what sort of video you wanna see next. This is a channel for the people, by the people, and we run pretty much everything off a request, so leave it down below and hopefully we'll be able to get to it. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shot Mechanics Basketball. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, splash on.